When I first started this project, Hole in the Woods, and I was talking with Bob Siders about this project, he is the victim's father. I told him that down the road, what I'd really like to come out of this project is awareness, a bigger awareness of cold cases and how family members and friends and people in the community can help law enforcement to solve these cold cases, and also to just press on in hope for justice and redemption of the crimes that happened to their loved ones. And Bob was completely in favor of this. In fact, that's why he pressed on so long and so hard in his own daughter's case. And he really has always just told people, if you're in this situation, have hope and have faith and have perseverance and never give up in the fight for justice for your loved one. Recently, some of you know this already, but I partnered with the Cold Case Foundation, and I wanted just to tell you a little bit about what they do and why they're important to me. And one of the reasons I partnered with them is because I want to support them financially. So a portion of the sales of Hole in the Woods will be going to support the Cold Case Foundation. So what is the Cold Case Foundation and what do they do? So the foundation was formed in 2014, and it's currently run by an all-volunteer board and staff of law enforcement experts and FBI and former FBI and police branches and investigators and forensic experts from really all around the country. Those of you who have maybe seen the Netflix show Mindhunter have already been introduced to the fictional version of the CCF's board FBI profiling pioneer John E. Douglas. And recently, the Cold Case Foundation was also the focus of a Netflix series called The Confession Killer. So the mission of the Cold Case Foundation is this: we are dedicated to stopping the deadly compounding effect of cold cases and providing hope and resources to families affected by violent crime. The Cold Case Foundation is devoted to raising public awareness and creating partnerships to assist and provide law enforcement whatever resources are needed to bring about closure. They work specifically with the following types of cold cases: homicides, missing persons, unidentified bodies, and rape or sexual assaults. Why do we need the Cold Case Foundation? So a case is considered cold if the crime has not been solved after 1 year from the time that that crime occurred. That's not a very long time. Law enforcement typically have to be really focused on the present crimes and future crimes, because one of the biggest obstacles facing police departments today is they're severely lacking in commitment to these cases because they don't have the manpower and they don't have the funds to continue working on these cases, because again, they have to be focused on what's happening right now in the criminal community and what's going to happen in the future to prevent crime. So actually only about 18% of our nation's 18,000 plus police agencies actually have a cold case unit. So that's 18% of 18,000 of our police agencies. That's not much. And about 20% of those units don't really have the proper protocols in place to guide them through the process in the most effective way. Not because they don't want to, not because they don't care, but there just simply isn't enough time, manpower, and funds for this. This is where the Cold Case Foundation steps in, and they're able to assist all of these police agencies. They are nonprofits, so they're giving them their resources and their time free of charge because they know the demands that these agencies are under. In the United States right now, the national average of solved homicides is 64%. So that means 36% of homicides are unsolved, and this is annually since 1980. There are up to 80% of sexual assaults that go unreported, and over 400,000 sexual assault test kits untested in police departments and crime labs around the United States. So why am I partnering with the Cold Case Foundation, and why do I hope that you might join me, even if it's just buying a book to support the cause? So as a crime fiction writer, I'm looking at the crime basically for its story value, right? For its entertainment value. I'm looking at how can I tell a great story with this and entertain my audience? But I've always felt, especially growing up in a forensic world, that it's really essential to give something back to the real crime fighting heroes in this world. They are our true heroes and heroines who are working on the front lines of preventing crime and fighting crime and bringing justice every day. So I've been looking for years for the kind of organization that's a good match for my own personal values, a good fit, and I finally found the Cold Case Foundation that became sort of an instant heart connection for me because their mission so mirrors my own personal mission. They are hoping to shed hope and light into the dark recesses of the human experience, and just as I am trying to do with my work and my life and platform, and they're doing this every day. They're doing it through reviewing cold cases and working with victims' families to bring about hope and light to people who have been in a dark place for a very long time. What I love about them is that they're taking these sort of dark, horrible years of tragedy and they're using their huge network of professional resources and team to bring hope and light to families and law enforcement. Is there a cost for using the Cold Case Foundation? No. They are a nonprofit agency, so if there's a law enforcement agency or a family member of a victim who would like their assistance, they can contact them directly and present their case and ask if their case would be reviewed, and it's going to be at no cost to them. Their website is coldcasefoundation.org. How could we help them? The first thing you can do is connect with them. They are on Facebook. They have a Facebook page, Cold Case Foundation, easy to find. On their website, coldcasefoundation.org, they have a lot of great resource videos. So that's another great way to connect with them and to learn more about what they are doing and how they are doing it. The other thing we can do is to donate, contribute, because they are a nonprofit. All of their funding is coming from outside sources. That's why I'm going to use my book, Hole in the Woods, to help support them. I'm going to give a portion of the sales of the book back to the Cold Case Foundation.